Hello, my name is Felicia Figlars-Anker, and I am the daughter of Irving Figlars and Goldie Aronowitz of blessed memory. They met in the Bergen-Belsen Displaced Persons Camp in early 1946. Both had lost their entire families in Treblinka and in Auschwitz. And by fate and by luck, they were still alive. They were a sacred remnant of what was left of centuries of a proud, rich Jewish life in Europe. Their life was destroyed because of scapegoating, propaganda, and incredulous racial theories. And most heartbreaking is that hardly anything was done to stop it. Most of the world did nothing. That knowledge and pain lives within us today. And as we see the rise of anti-Semitism from both the right and the left, we know that every age continues to have tyrants. But we have to work with all of our efforts to be certain that every age has heroes too. I came to America as a German-speaking child immigrant. My parents were told to put their past behind them and move forward. And for almost 25 years, the atrocity of the Holocaust was not recognized anywhere. In the late 1970s, television brought the horrors of the genocide into our homes, and educators, scholars, and compassionate citizens understood that the cry and plea of those who were murdered were not only for themselves, but as a warning to civilization. The work began in earnest, and we in Tennessee have been active partners since 1986 with the creation of the Tennessee Holocaust Commission. I was honored to serve as the chair for 15 years, and we created the Living On Project, which recognized every Holocaust survivor and U.S. military liberator who, in Tennessee, are our neighbors. We continued the work with educators across the state to be certain that they had the resources to ensure historically accurate and impactful teaching to their students. The mission continues today, and in a few moments, you will hear from an educator who works with our commission. Our proudest legacy is the creation of the Nashville Holocaust Memorial in 2006. It is a site where we remember and honor loved ones of blessed memory. I urge you to make a visit to the memorial. And if you can't, I hope that you will take the time to visit the memorial website, where you will have the opportunity to learn more about each person whose name is on the wall. Sadly, for many of the people recognized there, they have no other grave or place to be remembered. In a moment of irony, I just discovered that the memorial has a 5-star rating on TripAdvisor. So today on Yom HaShoah, the Jewish day of mourning and remembrance, we come together as a community. First, to honor our survivors and to recognize and mourn those of our own loved ones, but also the 6 million of our people who were lost. It is a number beyond comprehension, but it is a murder which occurred and took place to a member of our community 6 million individual times. Jewish tradition entreats us to comfort the mourner. It is one of our most meaningful mitzvot. May we carry the memory of the 6 million with us always. And may we vow to use our hands and our hearts to create a better, different world for our future. I ask you now, if you are able, to rise and join me for the pledge. We dedicate this pledge to all who suffered and survived, to the families who perished in the flames. We take this oath. We vow we shall never let the sacred memory of the perished 6 million be scorned or erased. We take this oath. Vision becomes word to be handed down from generation to generation. We are about to recite a poem, Ashrei Hagufrar. The poem's author is Hannah Senesh, who was a young woman from Hungary who grew up in an assimilated family. She went to Israel and lived on a kibbutz in Caesarea. In 1943, she was approached by the Jewish agency officials to join a clandestine military project that offered aid to beleaguered Europeans. And she trained as a wireless operator and as a paratrooper in preparation for her mission. She was one of 37 Jews from Palestine parachuted in by the British Army into Yugoslavia during the Second World War to assist in the rescue of Hungarian Jews. She was arrested at the Hungarian border and then imprisoned and tortured, but she refused to give any details about her mission. When she was brought face to face with her mother, whom she had not seen in 5 years, both women refused to give any information to their captors. Hannah was eventually tried and executed by a firing squad on November 7th, 1944. After the war, her mother emigrated to Palestine and published her daughter's work. We are about to hear the last poem that she wrote. Blessed is the match consumed in kindling flame. Blessed is the flame that burns in the secret fastness of the heart. Blessed is the heart with strength to stop its beating for honor's sake. Blessed is the match consumed in kindling flame. We kindle these lights in memory of the 6 million Jews who were killed by the Nazis and their collaborators. May the memory of the righteous be for a blessing. Zikraham Livraham. It is now my special honor to introduce Denisha Stewart, a teacher who teaches world history at Trezevant High School in Memphis. She says that the Holocaust is covered in the World War II curriculum, but that it has such an impact on her students that she couldn't just start their education there. She had to continue working with them and teaching with them. She understands that the story and the issues of the Holocaust leave a universal impression on students, and it opens them to a different way of thinking than any other educational resource that they may come upon. So it is my pleasure to introduce to you Denisha Stewart.
I introduced the Holocaust lesson to my students through our lesson on World War II. It's so important to teach our students about sympathy and about this atrocity that took place during the 20th century, orchestrated by a government during this time and pretty much ignored not only by countries in Europe, but countries throughout the world, including the United States. If we want to prevent something like this, from happening again, this genocide, this systematic, killing, and I know that's a harsh word, but that's what it was, of women, children, men, for no crime other than they were Jewish. Everyone has to speak up against what we know to be wrong. And so when you use examples that the students can relate to, that gives them a better understanding of the victims of the Holocaust, those who ignored the Holocaust, those who could have spoke up for the Holocaust. It shouldn't have taken World War II and the liberators to come through. It should have been stopped before it even started. And so they understand that in the midst of a storm, or in the midst of something that they see is wrong, even if they don't feel comfortable stepping in, there's someone that you can go to and prevent something from happening. Bullying is one of the main things that, help my students understand. They don't realize that they're ignoring something. I know kids that commit suicide because of bullying. I know kids that, they have these long-term effects of being bullied their whole, since kindergarten all the way up to 6th grade. Then 9th grade, something goes, and then there it is. Did you ever take up for them? Did you ever let somebody know? Did that student come and tell you anything? And now they understand. Now they understand the Holocaust. They were ignored.
Hello, my name is Camille, and I'm currently a student at Trezevant High School. When I first learned about the Holocaust, I was in my 9th grade world history class. At first, I thought it was just going to be another lesson, but I was wrong. What I learned about the Holocaust has greatly impacted who I am today. The sympathy I felt was great when I learned about what the Jewish people endured during the Holocaust. It was heartbreaking to realize that their livelihood, their freedom, their rights were taken away from them in a blink of an eye, all because of hatred. It was heartbreaking to realize that hatred can be so strong that it could affect millions of people. And it was even more heartbreaking realizing that many stood on the sidelines, watching, knowing what was happening, but did nothing about it. And that encouraged me to change. It encouraged me to find my voice. It encouraged me to start advocating for what I believe in. I couldn't sit on the sidelines any longer and see things happening, and I could speak out about it. And I'm thankful that I learned about the Holocaust, and it encouraged me to do what was right.
I wanted to thank you both for your wonderful comments. They were so heartfelt, and they send a message about the strength of Holocaust education and the power of its universal message about how we have the obligation to create the future and the decisions that we make about how we treat each other and what kind of world we want to create. I hope that as part of this Yom HaShoah commemoration, you will take time to visit the Holocaust Memorial on the grounds of the Jewish Community Center. I'm so excited to announce that in this past week, we have been planting up at the memorial site, and soon we will have a beautiful memorial grove of trees that will enhance the location and give us another opportunity to remember how important all of us are together in remembering the memory and the lessons of the Holocaust.
שלא ייגמר לעולם החול והים רשרוש של המים ברק השמיים תפילת האדם החול והים רשרוש של המים ברק השמיים תפילת האדם. Eli, Eli, I pray that these things never end. The sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the flash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart, the sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the flash of the שלא ייגמר לעולם. החול והים, רשרוש של המים, ורק השמיים, תפילת האדם. החול והים, רשרוש של המים, ורק השמיים, תפילת האדם. Eli, Eli, I pray that these things never end. The sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the flash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart, the sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the flash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart. Eli, Eli, שלא ייגמר לעולם. החול והים, רשרוש של המים, ורק השמיים, תפילת האדם. החול והים, רשרוש של המים, ורק השמיים, תפילת האדם.
Here is the memorial prayer for the martyrs of the Shoah. El Malei Rachamim, Shochem Bamromim, Hamtzei Menucha Nechona, Tachat Kanfei Ashchina, B'malot Kedoshim Utehorim, Kezohar Rakia Masirim, El Nishmot Sheshel HaMilyonei Yehudim, Chalei HaShoah, שנהרגו ושנשחטו ושנשרפו ושנספו על קידוש השם בידי המרצחים הגרמנים הנאצים ועוזריהם משאר העמים. לכם בעל הרחם יסתירם אסתר כנפל לעולמים יצרור בצרור החיים ונשמותיהם אדוני ונחלתן בגן עדן תהא מנוחתם ויעמדו לגורלם לקץ ימים ונאמר amen. O God, full of mercy, who dwells in the heights, provide sure rest upon the divine presence wings within the range of the holy and the pure, whose shining resembles the sky, all the souls of the 6 million Jews, victims of the Holocaust, who were murdered, slaughtered, burnt, and exterminated for the sanctification of the name by the German Nazi assassins and their helpers from the rest of the peoples. Therefore, the Master of Mercy will protect them forever from behind the hiding of his wings, and will tie their souls with the rope of life. The everlasting is their heritage. The Garden of Eden shall be their resting place, and they shall rest peacefully upon their heritage. They will stand in their fate in the end of days. And let us say together, Amen. The Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah. Bialma divra chirute, biamlich malchute. Bechayechon uvyomechon, uvchaye techol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala vizman kariv, v'imru amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mvorach, leolam ulolmei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. Yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal. Shmei de Kudusha Brichu. Le'ilah min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba min Shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imramav, huya aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen.
My eyes have never seen the days and nights that you have seen. My ears have never heard the cries ringing out from where you've been. My body has never known the pain that came upon you in unthinkable ways. But somewhere inside of me there is a place that's reaching out to you. Tell me the stories and I'll pass them down to my own, and my children will tell their children, and so on and so on, and then it will never happen again. There is no way for time to heal the wounds that did you harm. Torn from your family, pulled from your home, a brand upon your arm, a number to be your identity, yet no one could steal your dignity. Somewhere there is a place in me that's reaching out to you. Tell me the stories and I'll pass them down to my own, children will tell their children, and so on and so on, and then it will never happen.